my name is Natalie. I'm a psychic medium, artist as well. I didn't plan on being a psychic medium, but it speaks to me and it brings a lot of healing and love. And that is why I love it so much. And then I love making artwork based off any messages that I get from my spirit guides, as well as like based off any reading that I do, if it's requested. So I wanted to get to the story of why I became a psychic medium. What happened in my life. I was always I had problems when I was younger. I had a lot of anxiety. I didn't have a strong identity. I had issues, as we all do, and I wanted to try to find my place in the world. Now, I'm gonna start with something that might be triggering is I lost people in my life that I love so much, and that's what opened me up even more to cut the bullshit. And this is the reality, another part of reality that is very important to acknowledge and accept, because we are whole spirits, whole souls, and if we don't recognize it, if we don't see it, and we don't treat ourselves with that utmost respect that we deserve, then it's very easy to get lost in this world where negativity is pushed around. So I got into mediumship. Here's a warning, to turn away if you don't want any of to know or to hear any darker stuff. So in 2019, my grandpa passed away, and that was difficult. It was difficult for me. It was difficult for my family. And then, fast forward, still dealing with that. My father passed away from an accident in 2022. And it really, truly shook me. I was 21. I was confused already in life of where I was going and who I was. And then to have, hello, okay, I'm going to continue the video. I got cut off, storage problem. So, my dad passed 2022. It was heartbreaking. Everybody in my family struggled. Everything got shaken up. I also, in that same month, I had not even a dream. I wouldn't describe it as a dream. I was asleep though, and it was as if I was standing there, fully embodied, fully conscious, fully in person. And my dad was standing in the driveway. I was walking out of the back door, and it makes me really sad thinking about it. I was so scared, and he was so scared, and he didn't know what was going on. He didn't know. He didn't understand. He passed. He didn't know where to go. He didn't know why he was stuck in that moment at the house, and he asked for my help, and I panicked, and it brought out so much fear in me, of because he connected to me right away. Even the day that he passed, I felt like a hug in my chest, and I didn't realize then it was me connecting truly to him, where he was comforting me. But he was still just as confused as us. On the other side, and that was the first month, and it opened me up a lot, and I had so much of other fears and other problems. I was also on top of with the grief, and it was so much I couldn't deal with it. I mean, I felt like I couldn't. I could. I have had the strength, but at the time I avoided it, and I avoided myself in result. And last year I came to terms with this. I understood my grief a lot more. I had a lot more acceptance. It's been a process, and I left a relationship that was going on for a very long time. That wasn't good for me, and I also realized and accepted that I am a lesbian as well, and now I'm out, and my family knows. But that was also such a big fear and problem that I had as I was growing up. Fear surrounding that. And I don't want to live like that anymore. I refuse. And with my father, when I came back last year and I shedded and healed some layers of myself, I was able to regulate enough to sit down and try to have a full conversation with him. I still had some fear. I still had some skepticism. I wanted something to secure the moment, to validate what was going on as I stepped into this practice. I used a Transcend app where Spirit basically, their energy, so he basically goes into the phone, uses this energy to communicate and place in words. And I sat down nervous, and the Transcend app and was right in front of me. I was sitting outside in the grass in my yard, and I was like, I want to talk to you, Dad. I want to talk to you. And first thing he told me is calm down, because I learned I have to be at the same frequency as him. I was way too nervous. I was way too scared. And we met in this middle zone, more neutral, and we were able to communicate. I asked him about the passing, and I was getting the clear sensations. I asked him, you can ask verbally, you can ask in your head, and he and I just tried my best to relax and be receptive. You know, I wasn't you can close, you can block your energy, and I was accepting, and we both agreed to this conversation. And he made me feel with my senses how he passed, and then it went to black. And then he was telling me how he felt, and he felt pissed off about it. And we talked about it. We talked about it like a casual thing that just happened. But it wasn't a casual thing. And then we joked. And then we joked together about Ouija boards. And I was getting used to understanding. I was feeling his emotions. I was feeling the sensories. And spirits use your senses because they don't have a body to communicate with you. They can't go, hey, I feel angry about this. My stomach hurts or whatever. They can't do that. They can't. They don't have their body to communicate like that. So they're using yours to use your senses. I am you. You are me. Yeah, that's the principle of being in my body so I can understand and receive what they felt. So I can be them almost for a second. I am you, you are me. And I missed him. I missed him a lot. And I love him so much. That's how you communicate always. Through your heart. Your heart is the center. Love. Your love, basically. Yeah, hearts. Your heart chakra. That's where it's like the emotional center where the messages kind of bounce back and forth, and it opened up my world more. Then I spent the whole last year, 2025, practicing, and I opened up to my guides. I opened up to other spirits, and I also opened up to other souls as well. And I have gotten more used to the sensations and what it feels like when I receive messages. It comes through my crown chakra, how I receive the imagery, my clairvoyance, how there's the clairs. I always space out the names. I do know them though. I do experience them, but and you feel it in your energy centers. But that is why I've done some channeled artworks for my spirit guides as well. They're a higher frequency. So I have to raise my vibration, and I do feel the physical symptoms afterward. If I have not been living in that frequency, I will feel sick for a little bit afterward. Like I have a cold. But I have channeled some messages from them as well as my highest self, and those are all topics to explore another time. There's so much to get into, a lot of exciting things. I'm also trying to get my website settled and ready so it's easier to schedule appointments for readings. I can do this a standard reading. I'm still sorting out the kinks because I don't plan on what's coming in on a reading. Whoever wants to talk to you. It could be a past loved one. It could be a spirit guide wanting to tell you advice. I could do my best. I have other categories I need to figure out because it's all under permission, I have to ask. We have to agree. We have to be open to meet in this middle ground of the information that we're receiving. So I do need to plan that. I have a little bit of structure. But right now I do accept readings, and they're not too expensive. They do take my energy though. But they're general right now as I'm setting up a better system for it. I can also do general energy readings. So let's separate into separate categories. We've got medium readings, connecting to a past loved one. And I recommend waiting a little bit. If the loved one recently passed, it might be emotionally too much for you as well. So, medium readings, it's the main one. Spirit guide energy readings, where they'll help and they'll communicate a life principle maybe that you need to know, a new way of looking at a certain life subject, a channeled reading, and then I like with those to make artwork from them because I receive different imagery and sensations, and then I'm like, okay, I understand the overarching principle they're trying to explain. That is a life topic. And now it's going to be a beautiful statement piece so you understand and for you to look at, appreciate, and remember what you need to carry on with you in your life. So there's all that. So I'm a psychic medium artist. I'm very excited to share everything that I learned with you guys. Excited to teach you more about mediumship because it's not like it's just me that can do this. I'm a soul, I'm a spirit. You are too. Unless you surprise me and you're not, you are too. And it takes opening, it takes healing, it takes time to learn and practice how you can communicate with other spirits as well. So that's what I'm hoping to continue to grow and to share that love that Big Heart has. So I hope you guys are all having a good day. Bye.